Hey everybody, it's Big E. Welcome to Big E's YouTube channel. So we're working on the train wreck 7.3 Powerstroke. And those of you who are following, yes, this is the third video today that I'm doing. We did the H-pop oil we changed. We changed the fuel filter, and now we're going to flush. My least favorite job to do on any vehicle is flush the cooling system. You get wet, sticky, stink. It's wet, just it's miserable, but you have to get it done. And if you're following and realize it's three, I got something to tell y'all. If you're following, cheers, bitches. All right, now that's out of the way. So, to bring you guys up to speed, the radiator on here does not have a petcock, or a drain, I should say, a drain. Petcock sounds kinky. So either way, you have to pull the lower radiator hose. So you can either use a straight screwdriver or a 5/16 socket. Get that breeze clamp off, pull the hose off, and you can see in my catch can, or my drain pan, that coolant does not look good. It looks like a brownish green. That tells me it's dirty. It needs to be flushed. Would it work? Yes, it'll keep the engine cool, but excuse me, it's not going to keep it clean, if you know what I mean. Name of the game's clean, especially when you're counting on your tow vehicle. You're counting on that to get your race car to the track, like I am. Ooh, excuse me. Wow. Or just as a daily deal, you want to have everything as clean as possible. And one of those things is cooling system. Like I said, I hate it. I hate flushing cooling systems. I always have. Most likely, I always will. But it's just something you have to accept. And before I get too far into it, before I forget it to talk about it, if you have a 7.3 or any Ford product for that matter, one of the things that's a known problem is these radiator caps that they use. They are known to fail. They have taken out more than its fair share of 7.3 Powerstrokes. They're, I've heard from a couple people they're garbage. What I would do is, and I might do that yet this year since I haven't done it yet, get a new cap. I mean, for whatever the price of a radiator cap is, it's definitely cheaper than having to put a new 7.3 diesel in your truck. So I'm going to go out and get a new one, just to make sure that, you know, because it has a spring and other stuff. And when you're pulling a trailer, like you probably will be with your diesel, and you're going uphill, and that thing be weak, and all of a sudden on a hot day it decides to fail, it won't take long. You're gonna destroy the engine from overheating. So, just a little tidbit: if you're not sure of how old your radiator cap is on your 7.3, replace it. I mean, it's cheap insurance for what it is. So now, back to the job at hand. We're gonna flush the cooling system. So I had the lower radiator hose off, and I showed you what color the coolant was, not the nice bright green that you want. So obviously it's dirty and it needed to be changed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crawl back underneath. I'm going to put the lower hose on, and we're going to put some flush in here, and we're going to run that through, and then we're going to flush it. I would say probably at least 2 or 3 times before we put coolant back into it. So I'm going to crawl underneath here, and I'm going to probably get all yucky and sticky and wet, and not in a good way, and put that lower radiator hose on, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the flush in, and put just straight water. You don't put no coolant in. You're going to put because we drained everything out now. Okay, I'm just bringing you up to speed. We drained everything out. We're going to put the bottle of flush in, and then you're going to fill it which I use the garden hose. So just fill it up with that, and we're gonna run the truck. So let me go ahead and get that set up, and when I come back, we're gonna go ahead and go over what we're doing here, and we're gonna fire it up. All right, bitches, I'm back. So we got the lower radiator hose on. Bitches, what the hell? Anyway, got the lower radiator hose on. Okay, so I'm gonna be using the Prestone flush and cleaner on this. So I'll take, let me put this down here, you can see what the hell. So take this, of course they got the stupid seal on it, so I like to peel the seal completely, at least to get as much of it off as I can, to reduce any risk of that shit getting in your cooling system, which totally would defeat the purpose of it. So then what we're going to do here is, in your reservoir here, try and get you down here, we're going to pour that in. We're going to put the whole thing in, especially for how big capacity that this cooling system has. Okay, so we'll dump that in. Just trying to set it up here. My camera work sucks and I apologize, but I'm not a Cletus McFarlane budget here, so you have to deal with it. Need my coolant. And then we're going to go ahead and take our garden hose. And then what we're going to go ahead and we're going to fill this. And this may take a while. So this is where you ask stuff, you know. Your wife will come out and ask you something, and you can ask your wife, so yeah, so how long have you been a lesbian? Or, you know, your wife can ask you, so how long have you liked dudes that shower naked with you? You know, something stupid like that. Or, you know, your kids can bug you 15 times about whatever. It's great. Alright, so what we got here is a fucking hose that doesn't shut off. So it sprays you in the fucking face. So we got some in there, and that's pretty decent. So now what we're gonna do, we'll put our cap back on. So anything that looks like it could fall, try and move it. Fuck that. Now, let's go ahead. We're going to fire it up, let it run a little bit. Because what you want to do is you want to circulate. Why must everything fight me today? Ever just have one of those days where everything just wants to fuck you over? I'm having one of those days right now. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to let it run a little bit. I would say maybe like 5-10 minutes. We're going to let it run. So I'm going to let this idle, let it circulate through, and then when I come back, we're going to drop it out, take a look what color it is. Alright guys, Big M back. Levi, where'd you go? Levi, my buddy, we came back. Levi, come here buddy, want to say hi real quick?
Hi!
That's my son. He's a motorhead too. Imagine that. Wonder where he gets it from.
What's a motorhead?
Somebody's in engines and fixing stuff.
You are too.
I know. I'm a motorhead. It takes one to know one, right?
I'm not a motorhead.
Not yet. Okay, then I am. All right, fine. I know you are, but what am I? All right. So anyway, now, folks, what we're gonna do? We ran the engine. We got some heat into it. So now is the tricky part where we have to go underneath, pull that lower radiator hose off. Try not to get burnt or wet or splashed or drowned at the same time. Try not to die. All that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that off, and then when I come back, we're going to take a look at what color this stuff is, and then we're going to start actually flushing everything out before we can get the new coolant in. So I'll check back with you in a little bit. Alright guys, Biggie, I'm back. So we drained the flush out with the water. So we ran hose water through it till we got it to come out clear. Now I went ahead. I like to get the concentrate of the coolant. You buy that 50/50, you're paying the same price you do for the concentrate. You're paying for water. Why would you do that when you get it for free? Anyway, that's why I buy the concentrate, because then what I'll do, I dumped a full gallon of this already in. So now I filled this up with tap water. I'm going to dump that into the thing. So that will automatically give me my 50/50 mix, which is kind of what you're looking for. Because yeah, they have that pre-mixed stuff, but most of the time I see it's the same price as the concentrate, so you're paying for water. Why would you want to do that? So I buy the concentrate, I put a gallon of this in, and then I fill it up with water, and then I put that in, and that automatically gives you your 50/50 mix. So that was that. So I have another one I'm going to dump in, and we'll see where we go from there. Yes, my shirt's wet because, yes, the hose flew off, and I didn't get out of the way, and I got all wet. So I want to get this done because it's clouding over, I'm getting cold, and I probably stink like a radiator. So I'm going to go ahead and put this other gallon of coolant in. When we come back, we're going to fire it up and check for leaks. Hey, it's Big E. Welcome back. We got the Powerstroke running. We got our level here. We're going to check. Looks like it went down some here. It should probably be up here more, so we're going to monitor that. For right now, we're going to check for any leaks. I don't see any leaks. We're going to let this run for a little bit. We're going to double check that level. But all in all, seems like we're okay here with that. So there's about almost 5 gallons of fluid that we'll need here. It was almost 5 gallons of liquid between the coolant and the water. So it's something to keep in mind if you have a Powerstroke and you haven't flushed out your radiator lately. Something to keep in mind. So, hey, cheers to a job well done. Only thing left is a new cap, which I'm going to do this week, I promised you guys. Because now if I do a video where the truck blew up because of that, you'll make fun of me. So I'll make sure I do that. Anyway, like and subscribe. Leave something in the comments as far as if this helped, if you learned anything. I would appreciate it so I can try and get better content for you guys. Oh, and yes, I do have a retirement plan. I plan on drag racing because I really don't have a plan B. Anyway, thanks for watching. Watch out for each other. Take care of each other. We'll see you next time here on Big E's. Bye for now.